Here's a map of our hike the second morning, or the first morning that we were there at the Grand Tetons. You can see where the Leigh Lake trailhead begins, and you'll see String Lake here, and then going further north is Leigh Lake, which is a larger lake than String Lake. Uh, this map will show kind of where the parking lot is, where we parked for the hike that morning, and there's a restroom here, and then here's where the Leigh Lake trailhead begins, but it comes out on we came around and took a left, and at this opening here we saw the lake that you'll see in the video. And again, this is String Lake. Let me show you the map. This is the map of the lake, but you can't tell as much from this as a satellite image. Anyway, after in this clearing for a little bit, then we started walking north along this pathway, and we thought that this was Leigh Lake to our left, but it was still String Lake. But anyway, this pathway continued along the shoreline, and you can see it says it's still String Lake. That looks like a canoe there or something. And we just hiked along here on the north that morning for a while. Had beautiful views. I guess we hiked a pretty good ways, but we turned around at some point because we did not make it to, you'll see where uh, it, it'll come out to this crossing, this bridge, which then begins Leigh Lake. It's here. Whoops, sorry about that. Leigh Lake is on the other side of this bridge, and we didn't get that far, so we actually never made it to Leigh Lake. Because, like I said, we turned around at some point, at some distance, knowing we wanted to hike around String Lake. So we turned around and started heading back south, and by that time it's heating up in the morning, and some of us wanted to change into shorts and short sleeve shirts, so we went back to the car and took a restroom break there at the restrooms here. And actually, we had end up with a picnic after we hiked the String Lake Trail Loop hike, which again we go back over here and we start walking south now along String Lake, and we cross this bridge, and we're continuing south along this lake, past this parking lot, and then we start cutting over toward the western part of the lake. As far as the directions, again, this is the parking lot where we parked for the Leigh Lake trailhead. This is a second parking lot as we walked south on the second portion of our hike along String Lake. This is a third parking lot where it says Paintbrush Canyon Trailhead, which is another trail that you can take. And again, String Lake is listed, and this starts south, the very south end of String Lake. And we hiked this starting from this parking lot and coming all the way over, following the mouse, and then back toward the south end of the lake where it forks off with the Jenny Lake trailhead, which you can see right here. This heads over toward Jenny Lake, which is right there. But we stayed on around here where we had some views of the lake, but again it started getting further from the lake going to the left, and this was pretty tough terrain. It seemed like a lot of it was uphill, and so you can see this trail kind of goes through here and through trees and stuff, and then cuts over, and right here it crosses a bridge. Let me see if I can zoom in on that, which divides. You can see that Leigh Lake, which is up here, dumps into String Lake, and so we walked down this trail and crossed. And I wish now that, although I had read that there's not many places where you have good views of Leigh Lake from the trail, only a few spots, and I'm looking at it now, and you can see it's kind of going some distance from the lake with trees there, so you wouldn't be able to see it. Uh, but anyway, I wish at least I had read about some places where it is absolutely beautiful. But anyway, we went back heading south here along the trail to get back to our parking lot. Uh, Here we go. We just stayed along here, maybe along the lake here is probably a trail, and then came out to the parking lot. All right, I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. God bless. Bye for now.